Okay, boys and girls, for our Chapter 4 vocabulary, we are going to do vocabulary note cards. Some items that you need are first the pre-test that you took that have the words on them. There are 12 math vocabulary words from your pre-test, and then there are 12 Chapter 4 vocabulary words from your pre-test. And you should now have the correct answers for your test so you know the word and the definition. So if we have 12 words on one side and 12 words on the other side, we're going to need 24 note cards. I have a bunch of materials here that I can help you get some note cards. You can use actual note cards and you can cut them in half because we don't need them so big. We're just going to be writing a word on one side and then the definition on the other. And the definitions aren't very long. So you could take 12 full-size note cards and cut them in half to make 24 half note cards or smaller note cards. If you don't have note cards, you could take 2 pieces or 3, however long it'll take you, pieces of paper, and you can cut note cards out of a piece of paper. So I'm just going to slit it right up the center as close as I can, or if you want to be more exact, you can take out a ruler or you can fold it in half. And then I'm going to cut probably 3 cuts here to make 4 in each one. So then that would give me 8 on each. So I would need 3 pieces of paper, which is what I have here. 8 times 3 is 4. Measuring out so I can cut them in. And that worked out pretty good, so they're all about the same size. And here would be 24 note cards that you did out of a piece of paper. If you choose to do the note cards, then I want you to get 2 different colored markers to write the words on. We want to keep the 12 words separate from the one side of your pretest and the 12 words separate from the other side of your pretest. Okay, so I want you to, if you're going to use all one color of paper or of note cards, I want you to use 2 different colored markers just to write the words. You can write the definitions in pencil. Or one other option for you is to use 2 different colored pieces of paper. It could be computer paper that you have at home, or it could be construction paper like this. And again, you take the same idea. You would cut it up the middle so it's about the same. And then, just like I did with the white paper, I'm going to cut about this length. And then I like to just put it right on top of each other so that all my note cards will be the same in the end. If I just keep putting it on top, and then watch what happens at the end. I might have a little extra that'll just cut off. So I'm still getting 4 out of each side and 8 total, so I would need 3 pieces of colored paper, but that I'll just discard and throw away. Okay, so you either have your note cards cut in half, you have paper cut to make 24, you have 2 different colored stacks of paper to make 24, because we're going to put 12 words on one and 12 words on the other. And we can explain that in class again too. What I'm going to do is start with my note cards is I'm going to write a word down from my sheet. Let's say the first one here will be evaluate. So on one side I'm going to write evaluate is just my word. Only the word on one side. And I chose the side that doesn't have any lines. So when I flip it over, since I have more to write for a definition on this side, I'm going to use the lines to write the definition. To find the value of. So there's my note card for evaluate. On one side, the definition, and on the other side, on one side the word, and on the other side the definition. So I'm going to do that for all of mine, and I can just go write down my list on my pretest. Your answers would be in here. But next, I'm going to go to identify. And I'm going to write the vocabulary definition for identify. Now, we're going to be talking about in class some ways to study and practice your vocabulary words, but, you know, we're going to be going over activities and things that you can do, and so I'm going to stop it there, but you're going to have 12 words on one color, and I probably should have used my marker to do this, and I could go over it in my marker. So since these are my math vocabulary words, we chose to do math vocabulary words that you would see in like definitions or in instructions to do things. So I'm going to go over just this side with my marker, and then I'm going to leave this side in pencil because I also don't want to be able to see through it, because right now I can kind of see evaluate through it, so it's best to do it with a pencil, or just put something behind it while you're studying so you can't see. And then on the other side, I have my chapter 4 vocabulary words, and these are vocabulary words that are actually in the chapter 4, so I'm going to use those with my green, either my green paper or my green marker. You don't have to use orange and green. I just happen to have those colors. Thought they were kind of festive for Thanksgiving coming up. Of course, brown would have been too. But anyway, get your 24 vocabulary cards done, and we want to see them, and we're going to be using them in class, and you're going to be studying them on your own. Thanks.